Guys, welcome back to my channel. Oh my goodness, it has been so long since I literally sat down in front of a camera and filmed a proper intro. It's kind of crazy. Welcome back. My camera is a little bit off kilter right now. Am I in focus? That's another thing that's kind of peeving me off a little bit. Anyway, besides the point. Just peeving me off is just like the not focusing. Anyway, so welcome back to another channel. Welcome back to it. Jesus Christ. Welcome back to my channel. I have completely fallen off the freaking rocker. Oh my goodness, my routine is so bad right now. Like, I just have not been engaging in like good habits, like period, across the board. So just recently right now, it's been like really hard to like just stick to a proper routine. And the thing about goals is that you really have to have good systems set in place as well as a really good routine set in place. You would be surprised. I feel like sometimes when we think about goals or just achieving anything, having aspirations towards anything, we ultimately think of the end result, and the end result sometimes can feel like this huge thing. But something that I'm realizing now as I get older is that setting a goal is one thing, but a lot of the success you are going to achieve is going to really stem from the simple things, keeping up with the very simple task in your day-to-day life. And right now, because I've officially graduated, you guys will see that in this video. You probably saw a little bit of it in the intro. And something that I kind of reminisced on when I was walking across the stage, just in my mind while I was thinking about it, because it was a really big milestone for me, is how I was so consistent back then. I was going to the gym, I was eating properly, I was doing well in my classes. But I realized that back then, the concrete thing that kind of structured me was having a class to go to in the morning. I had structure in my life where I would get up in the morning and I immediately knew, okay, you need to get up and you need to shower because you have to go to school and you have to go to class at this time. But school was the main driving factor for me, and it was very easy to stay in a routine. The thing about life is that a lot of the things that we want to accomplish in life, you don't even get a grade on. I know you're probably like, what the heck, is that the only thing that drives you? But the one thing that always drove me in school, honest to God, is the fact that I had something on paper that graded me and said how hard I was working or how well I was sticking to my goals. Honestly, being out of school, it's very different, but it's something about being out of an environment where you have a set structure for you, where all of a sudden everything that you want to achieve is based off of whether or not you can kind of get it done and can set a certain routine. There's no syllabus telling you when things are due. And so for me, it was very easy to plan because I had days that I just knew that certain things needed to get done. I achieved like a dream job and I'm very excited to start working. But because of like the workaround for my schedule, I don't start working until a little bit later this year. I've been telling myself to take advantage of the fact that I have a break right now, but genuinely speaking, I'm really excited to start work because I know that it will get me back into the groove of having something to do during the day so that I don't fall off the radar. This has been the hardest time of my life. I know a lot of people who know me and who don't will watch my videos and think to themselves, oh, she's so lucky because she doesn't have anything to do. But I hate living like this. I hate living like this. I hate it. I don't like it. Oh God, I hate saying this. My mom watches my videos. My mom was right. She was right. You cannot allow yourself to do nothing. I never understood her in the past where I would always say, why do you have such a hard time sitting down? Why do you always have to keep yourself like moving around? Why can't you just sit down and do nothing? And now I'm realizing, no, I understand now. I still enjoy doing nothing. We're very different in a lot of ways where she can't sit and do nothing. I can sit and do nothing for hours, but I understand now what she means, where you cannot allow yourself to do nothing for too long because it will become the nothing that you do, which is all the time. You have to maintain some form of momentum throughout the day because it is very easy for that mindset of just sitting around and not accomplishing anything to just set in, and now all of your days are filled with the same nothing. You have to maintain momentum. But I want to use this video as an opportunity to show you guys like falling off your routine is just a thing. You're going to be doing it for the rest of your life. The point is not to fall off frequently, but you know, it's a long life and I hope we all get to live long lives. And the point again is not to fall off. The point is just to get back on it when you do fall off. Another train will come and you just hop on the next one and then you ride that one all the way in to wherever you need to get to. Then you'll probably fall off that train. You dust yourself off. And remember too, think about it from this perspective. Think about it like them old trains, like the cabooses or whatever you call them, where you jump on, they would like run and like have to like jump on the train like in diversion or whatever. If you fall off a train like that's going at that speed, and you have to run to get back on it, you're not going to be able to get on the very next one that comes up. I kind of think of it like The Dark Knight, where like Bane throws Batman into like that big old cave and he has to like work for like months on end to get himself back up to a point where he can even go about being Batman again. Think of it like that. When you fall off the routine, the fall is going to be very hard, and it's very important to get your mind, your spirit, and your emotional health right. You have to get everything in order, because when the next train comes, you're going to need the momentum, you're going to need the speed, the endurance, and the mental fortitude to have to run and to jump back on it. And there may not even be anyone on that train to grab you. You may have to grab it yourself and like literally fling yourself up on it. So you're going to need a lot of strength. So it may be a scenario where you fall off the radar and 2 or 3 trains pass you by. The point is that you take the time to build yourself up. With that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy the vlog. This is me pushing you to build up your own mental fortitude as I build up my own. And you know, life takes time. You're not going to be great 100% of the time. You may not even be great 50% of the time. You just have to do your best, and your best is whatever you can give. So with that being said, let's start the video. I've yapped enough.
Face it up.
Finished the flowers. I got flowers for my graduation and they are literally so pretty. I didn't realize though that one bouquet had a mix of white and red flowers while the other bouquet just had red flowers. And so it's a little bit like, I don't think it's unbalanced. Like it's unbalanced if you look at one side versus the other, but like I did it so that depending on which side you're near, it looks pretty, and it has a baby's breath, and I think that's what those are called. And I think it just looks so, let me show you guys. I think it looks so pretty. Let's see if you spin it. This is what I came up with. I don't like boneless flowers, y'all. So see how like there's more red the more you turn it the other way. But these are literally so pretty. I probably could add like maybe one more so that this way it looks a little bit more. There you go. That's done. I have a few left. I think what I'm going to do is maybe like flatten these in a book so I can hold on to them for like forever. I usually like during like big momentous occasions, whatever flowers I get, I take maybe 1 or 2 of them and I flatten them down so that you can hold on to them. I have flowers from like when I like first started dancing when I was a kid. I have flowers from when I graduated high school. Like you just use a book to flatten them and like dehydrate them, and they sit in the very front of like most things. So there's that. But I'm very happy with it. I don't like boneless flowers, y'all. I know a lot of people do like the whole like, I don't know what it's called. It's not called like, I was about to say feng shui. It's like where you have your flower holder and then like the flowers are kind of like standing up. I think that it looks good depending on the space that it's in. Depending on like if you have a very minimalist space, that style of like bouquet can look really elegant. But I'm not personally a big fan of it, at least not in most spaces. I prefer for the bouquet to look like a bouquet. I prefer most things minimalist, but I feel like flowers are the one area where you can kind of be just like a little bit maximalist, like just a little, maximize the amount of room and also use all of the colors to the best of your ability. So I try to do that whenever I get a bouquet. That's one of my favorite gifts actually, is flowers. We're back. I just ate my dinner and now I'm eating my dessert. It's a sweet potato. It's one of the Korean sweet potatoes. I love these things. You just put it in the oven at 450 for like an hour and then you can just eat it and it's delicious. I put cinnamon on mine, but you can eat it with the skin. I eat the skin too because the skin has all the nutrients in it. I mean, I technically wasn't doing nothing, but I literally did this all last night. See, I'm trying to make a blanket. And so, but I did a double crochet stitch, so I was like, let me teach myself how to crochet. And so I like watched a video last night and it was like pretty self-explanatory, so I just did that. And then, but I used too thick yarn and I used 2 things of yarn, so now I'm like, I used all of it. This is all of the yarn ball, like all of this is both yarn balls, like both of them. But I'm just gonna chill out. I've already washed up, so that's why you see me with, well, like this, but I've already washed up, so I can just chill out, probably change into some PJs and just do whatever. I've been watching that new series. It's not new, it's actually old, but that series on Netflix called Slasher. I love slasher films because they're really not all that scary, but I'm gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna chill out. See you guys later.